have you already been doing number talks?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, well, my name is Miss Allen. Today we're gonna do one, and do you use this symbol where you put your hand right here? Could you do that for me? Just put a fist right here. This just tells me that your eyes are on the board. You're trying to figure out the answer, but you don't have an answer yet. When you have an answer, give me a thumbs up right here. That thumbs up tells me I can tell you what the answer is. Now, if you have an answer before I'm ready to go on, I want you to look at it and say, can I think about it a different way? Can I solve it a different way? So when you have the answer, do you throw your hand up? Do you shout it out? What do? Just a thumbs up. Okay. All right, so hands on your heart. Miss Smith is going to write the first one for us. Take a look at it, don't say it.
Right, just like you have it.
Yes, so hands on your heart. Take a look. Right here, right here, right here. Just a minute. No, hands right here, baby doll. All right, so now you can raise your hand if you have an answer. Who has an answer? Okay, in the back corner. What's the answer?
14.
14. So I have a 14. If you agree with your friend, this is me too.
We do that.
Me too. Does anybody have a different answer? You have a different answer?
17.
17. Okay. Me too's for 17. You have a different answer? You have a different answer, or you want to prove one?
What do you think, Carson?
10 plus 7.
Whoa, wait, just one second. Wait, just one second. Just one second. Do you want to prove one of these? I think you're disproving one. Which do you think one of these is the answer?
Do you think one of these is correct, Carson? One of them's the right answer.
The 14 or the 17?
No.
You don't think? You think it's a different answer? What do you think's the answer?
Maybe.
Not maybe. What do you know? You keep that going, okay? Who wants to prove one of these? Which one do you want to prove? The 14 or the 17?
It's the 14.
You think it's the 14, so circle the 14. All right. So how did you solve it?
I knew that in football, when they get a field goal and a touchdown, it's 7, and then when they do that again, it's 14.
Okay. So you use something you know about sports, and you know that 2 touchdowns are the same as 14. So I would just write 2T equal 14.
Write that down.
Just write that down, because that's a real life something. And I'll have to say, I've never had anybody tell me that. All right, who has a different way of figuring that out? What do you think? Let me talk to her real quick. What do you think?
14.
Why?
Because if I think I got 17 pencils from my home, and then I counted all of it, and I got 14.
Okay. So you started at 7, and you counted 7 more. Did you count the 7 that's part of the 7, or did you start at 7?
Start at 7.
Start at 7. So let's do the number path. Number path. Boxes. Okay.
This one?
All the way across. No, they're connected.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about like connecting things.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Number. So you said you counted out this whole 7. Is that right? Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I want you to put a circle around all of those numbers. Now, do you see how that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is inside that 7? Okay. Now, so did you count on then?
Yes.
So, okay. So the next step would be what? 7.
8.
Your friend's talking to me.
8.
8. And then
9.
9. Keep going.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Okay. Now, so here's the first 7. Circle this last piece. That'd be great. How many pieces do you think are in this? How many? How many pieces are in this part? How many?
10.
Is there a 10 up there? How many?
14.
Okay. What's my question? How many pieces are inside this red circle? How many?
7.
7. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And how many pieces are in this part? How many? 7. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So your friend said that she counted all of the pieces for the 7. Could you have just started at 7 and counted on? Is that what you did?
Yes.
Okay. So that would look, we wouldn't have to write this part. We would just write the 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Can we get rid of the 17 now? Are we good with getting rid of it?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to take that off or just put an X on it, either way. All right, so new problem. Hands on your heart. Hands on your heart.
Think, guys, think.
Hands down. Hands down. Hands down. Hands down. Thumb right here. Now raise your hand if you have an answer. What's the answer? 15. So 15 here. Any Me Too's for 15? Anybody have a different answer? You have a different answer? What do you think?
16.
You think it's 16. Okay. Any Me Too's for 16? All right. Have a different answer or are we good? You have a different answer?
Different. I think it's 15.
So that's not a different answer. That's the same answer. Do you have a different answer?
14.
You think 14. All right. Now when I look at our answers right here, there's one, this one, that concerns me. Why does this concern me? What did we just learn?
About 14.
We just learned something about 14. What?
About 7.
7 and 7 was 14. So is this 7 and 7?
No.
No. So is it okay if we put an X on this one? Are you okay with that? Okay. But we can use what we know about this. Who wants to tell me how you solved it? What'd you do, sweetie?
I added 1 more to it.
You knew something. All right, so you knew 7 and 7. You knew 7 plus 7 is 14. Wait down. Yeah. Not easy. I'm sorry. Yeah, right here. 7 plus 7 equals 14. She knew that. Why? Because we just did it. And then she said, then all I had to do was what? So 14. Don't do that. That'll be a run on. So 14 plus 1 is going to give you what?
14. 15.
15. Are we good with getting rid of 16 now?
Yep.
Do you think it's a good strategy to use something we just saw? That's a really good strategy. We just saw that. That takes a lot of the thinking out of this problem. Do you know what efficient means? Efficient means quicker, faster. So is it quicker and faster for her to say, well, that's 14, so one more is going to put me at 15. That's a lot better than a lot of counting, isn't it? Who did something different? What'd you do? Who hasn't talked to me? Who hasn't talked to me? You've talked to me. What did you do?
How'd you solve it?
You don't even know? Anybody else have a different way? Do you have a different way? What'd you do?
13 plus 2.
Where'd you get a 13? That's something you know based on what we've done, but that's probably not what you did to solve it, is it? Okay. New problem. Hands on your heart. Move the 7 plus 7 down close to that, and then we'll put it up there. Okay, hands on your heart. Right here. Raise your hand if you have an answer. What's the answer? 16. Okay, answer? 13. Anybody have a different answer? What do you have? 18. Okay. At this point, we need to talk about reasonable. Okay, because we're getting a lot of answers. And sometimes I think boys and girls just like to tell me answers. But sometimes it's better if we think about it and we agree. What does reasonable mean? What is reasonable?
Agree.
Nope. Reasonable means makes sense. Okay? Makes sense. Okay? So let's look at this. If I know this, 7 plus 7 is the same as 14, then I should be able to think about this. 7 plus 6. Well, if I know this is 14, does this make sense?
No.
Why?
Because they're...
Why?
Because it says 7 plus 7 is 7 plus 6.
So is my answer going to be more or less?
Less.
It's going to be less. So is this one less?
No.
No. Is this one less? No. You think it's okay to go ahead and get rid of those two? Let's go ahead and put an X on those. I want you to think about reasonableness. Does someone want to prove 13? You want to prove 13? What'd you do, baby?
How'd you get it?
How'd you solve it? Do me find another friend? What'd you do?
I just counted off
How did you count on? Did you start at what?
at 7 and then I said
It's going to be this.
8.
But draw the box of 7. So you said you just counted your 7 and you counted 8 more. Is that what you said? You can do just a whole line. This is the beginning of a number line. There you go.
I was saying like 7,
Okay?
8.
Let her catch up to you. Okay. So you started at 7. No, don't put all that.
Oh, okay,
Started
gotcha.
at 7.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
7, and then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now let's circle this 8 through this 13. How many, just 8, how many pieces should be in there? How many? It should be the same as this. So let's look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good thinking. Good thinking.